After taking 3 deep breaths, allow the breath to come and go, naturally so. As you allow normal breathing, and you observe, there is a sense of relaxation. And a sense of coming to the present, consciously so. Let everything else wait for an hour. So we can pay attention to the foundation of body, energy, and mind. The foundation on which our rest of our life rests. Nothing really to force, nowhere to go. We are already at home. In fact, we are always at home, but we get distracted. And so observe the breath. If you're getting impatient or restless, something to do, something to complete, watch that feeling and then go back to your breath. You're not pushing anything away. You acknowledge the restlessness, if that is the case. Or if you have a sense of urgency, acknowledge that. Then begin again. Palms to the heart center. Namaskara Mudra. May this practice be for the benefit of all. Chin to the chest. Gently opening your eyes. Inhaling, taking your arms up, pressing the palms, looking up. Exhaling, palms coming down, looking down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. One last round. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Release. Come to cat posture. Hands and knees. Knees hip width apart. Feet hip width apart. Toes pointing to the back. Shoulders right over the wrists. Inhaling, look up, stretching the throat, allowing the abdomen to completely relax. Looking up, spine going downward. Next exhalation, chin to the chest, spine up, abdomen fully engaged. 4 more rounds. After completing 5 rounds, take a deep breath, exhale. Come to plank posture. You're on your palms and toes. Walk back if your hips are too far up. And if your hips are too far down, engage your abdomen and lift the hips up. No neck action. Soft gaze between the fingertips. 5. Abdomen, keep the abdomen engaged. 4. 3. 2. 1. Knees down, cat posture. Take a deep breath, exhale. 2 more deep breaths. Right leg to the back and having your heel pointing up toward the ceiling. Lifting the right leg as high as you can. Look up. Feel how the train of muscles from the neck, right side of the spine, your glutes, your hamstring, back of the knee, calf, ankle, they're all engaged. And release the right knee down. Take a deep breath. Raising the left leg up. Lifting the leg as high as you can. You're not opening the hip. Simply lifting the leg as high and looking up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee down. Take a deep breath, exhale. Right leg to the back. Left arm to the front. Bit of a balance. Stabilize. Lifting the arm just a bit higher. Leg just a bit higher. Look up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Neutral posture. Take a deep breath, exhale. Remember, all what is expected is your best, nothing more. You don't have to strive for any ideal posture. In fact, there is no such thing. There is no ideal posture. It is ideal if you understand the alignment and if you do your best, and that is your ideal with this breath. Maybe the next breath ideal could be different. Tomorrow morning it could be different. Left leg to the back. Right arm to the front. Arm just a bit higher, leg just a bit higher. Look up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Neutral posture. Take a deep breath, exhale. What others are able to do or not able to do is completely irrelevant. What you can do best with this breath is the only thing that is relevant. Take another deep breath. Asvachanchalasana. Downward facing dog. Knees can be bent slightly, not a problem. You can be on the toes. If you're not able to land the heels, that is okay. Palms and fingers rooting to the mat. Head hanging loose. Shoulder blades gently coming toward each other as you rotate your elbows out. Gently, no forcing anything. Ahimsa all the way. Body and mind energy. And if you can look at your navel, gazing at your navel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your palms toward your feet. Hands on your waist. Inhaling, come up. Release your arms. Stand relaxed. Today, we will be practicing few hip opening postures. And before we do that, let's practice few rounds of Surya Namaskara. Take another deep breath. Front of the mat. Tadasana. Namaskara Mudra. Samastiti. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara with diligence and attention. At your own pace, begin. 3 rounds. Right and left is 1 round. With your entire attention to your own exhale. experience. If the mind is wandering away, come home, come back home. And home is here and now. After completing 3 rounds, practice and attention. Separate your feet, stand relaxed. And continue to stay with the breath. There is no urgency to accomplish. There is no expectation that such and such thing will happen. We simply practice. That's all. And if there are changes, you observe the changes. If there are no changes, you observe the non-change. 3 deep breaths. Let's practice Prasarita Padotana. Let's approach this from Ashwa. So front of the mat, Tadasana. Namaskara Mudra. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling, right foot back, long step back. Place the back foot flat on the mat. Hands on the waist, inhaling, come up and face your right wall. Now make both your toes to point toward the right wall. Rotate your feet. So both your feet are facing what was your right wall. Prasarita stance is a broad stance. Now, let's do a gentle back bend. Place your palms on your lower back, fingers pointing down. Gently move your hips forward, chest forward, looking up for a gentle back bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up straight. Hands on the waist. Take a deep breath. Inhale, center. Exhaling, bending forward, halfway down. You can bend the knees. Look to the front. Look to the front, flatten your back. You can bend the knees. All you need to do is to bring your upper body parallel to the ground. You can bend your knees. Not a problem. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Take a deep breath, exhale. We are going to progress deeper in Sarita Padata. Inhale, exhaling. You can always bend your knee slightly, bending forward halfway first. Bend forward halfway. Stretch your arms to the front, palms facing down. Look at your thumbs, flatten your back. Inhale, exhaling, bending further down. You can bend your knees also, not a problem. Middle fingers reaching the ground. Away from your feet as much as possible. Look at your thumb. Head down. Your weight is on your feet. You might want to push your seat bones further back a bit. So you don't have to put any weight on your middle fingers on the ground. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your fingers toward you, hands on the waist, inhaling, come up. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now we are going to go a bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, halfway bending. Stretch your arms to the front, palms facing down. Look to the front, look to your thumbs. Next exhalation, middle fingers touching the ground. You can bend your knees as much as you need to touch down. Now, Bend your knees even more if you need to place the palms on the ground. Then slowly walk your palms between or back, walk your palms back and to place them between your feet. Head down. This is one variation of Prasarita Padasana. Now, those who are flexible can straighten up the knees as best as you can. And you will see intense stretch on the back of your legs, head completely down, surrender, shoulders relaxed. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on your waist. Inhaling, come on. Bring your feet closer together. Release your arms. Stand relaxed. If the attention wanders, increase your diligence and you will bring your attention back home. And if you are already home, you can increase your diligence as best as you can without becoming aggressive. 3 deep breaths. Next practice is Parsvalonasana. Last session, we practiced Virabhadrasana, so we can approach Parsvalona. Virabhadrasana, second variation. That's a good starting point for Parsvalonasana, front of the mat, Tadasana. Namaskar, Mudra. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Inhaling, left foot back, long step back. Place the foot flat on the mat, hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up, face the left wall. Now, inline stance. Your right foot is facing the front, and the line from the right big toe and heel is going through the inner arch of the back foot. You can use the edge of the mat as a reference. Inline stance. Bend your right knee. See if you can bring your right knee on top of the right ankle. And see if you can bring your right thigh parallel to the ground as best as you can. You might want to move your back foot further back so you can bend your right knee even more as best as you can. You will feel stretching on your right hip front, back of the back foot thigh, inner thigh. Now you're squarely facing your left side. Stretch your right arm toward where your right toes are pointing to. Right arm to where the right. Actually, let's do an easier motion. Bend your right forearm and place the right forearm across your right thigh. Right forearm across your right thigh. Yes. You can see Santo in the video. If my instructions are not very clear. Left arm up and over. Left fingertip facing where right toes are pointing. Keep taking your left arm toward where the right toes are pointing to. Yes, very good, Santo. Now, your left middle finger is trying to get away from your left foot. Parsvalonasana variation. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the waist, straighten up. Keep the rest of the feet exactly the same. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now, those who have practiced this before and can go deeper, we are going to add a deeper version. And if you're not able to access that, simply go back and practice what we just did. Bend your right knee on top of the right ankle, right thigh parallel to the ground if you can. Stretch your right arm toward where the right toes are pointing to. Lean toward where the right toes are pointing to, and then place the right palm outside of the right foot if you can reach. If you're not able to reach, simply bend your elbow and place it across the right. And then left arm up and over. Left palm facing down, left middle finger trying to reach where the right toes are pointing to. Now, if you don't have any neck issues, gaze at your left fingers. Parsvalonasana. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up. Asvachanchalasana. Right foot back, plank. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Take your seat bones toward your heels, head down. Relax. Relax your arms. If the forehead is not reaching the ground, you might want to make tight fists and stack your tight fists and land your forehead. And if this is not comforting at all, you can separate your knees, by the way, as much as you need to. So your abdomen has room to relax. You don't need to be pressing your abdomen against the thighs. And if this is not relaxing at all, simply go back to Sukhasana and relax. Remember, Hatha Yoga is a balancing practice. Activate fully so the relaxation can be as complete. Relax fully so the activation can be as full as possible. And even while you're pausing, continue to stay at home. Take a deep breath. Now let's finish the practice on the other side. Come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, left foot forward between the palms, Ashwa. Place the back foot flat on the mat, hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up, face the right wall. Take a deep breath. Bend your left knee. But first of all, inline stance and then bending the left knee. Send the left knee to be going toward where the left toes are pointing to and left knees on top of the left ankle. Now, if you can, bring the left thigh parallel to the ground. And you might want to move your back foot further back so you can bend your left knee even further. Place your left forearm on across your left thigh. Right arm up and over, right fingers facing down, right middle finger trying to reach the left wall. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the waist. Inhaling, straighten up. Take a deep breath. Now let's go to the deeper version. Bend your left knee. And if the deeper version is not accessible, no problem at all. Simply repeat what we just practiced. Stretch your left arm toward where the left toes are pointing to lean forward and place the left fingertips outside the left foot. And those who are more flexible, left palm on the mat. And then right arm up and over. And your right arm is behind your right ear. And then right middle finger trying to get away from your right foot. Feeling the stretch on the entire right side. Gaze at your right fingertips. 5 deep breaths. Parsvalonasana. 4, 3, 2, 1. In hands on your waist, inhaling, come up. Bring your feet comfortably closer, release your arms, and relaxed. Let us practice few variations of Ashwa. Take a deep breath. Front of the mat, Tadasana. You can separate your feet hip width. Namaskar Mudra. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling, right foot back, long step back. Look up. Ashwa. We're familiar with Ashwa. Let us play with the edges. As you keep looking up, relax your right hip down. Relax your right hip down. As much as you relax your right hip down, you will feel the stretch in the right front of your right hip. 3, 2, 1. Place the right knee down. What a relief. Now stretch your right toes to point back. Now place your hands on top of the left knee and straighten up. Place your hands on your left knee and straighten up both hands. Stand up. Place both hands on the left knee, straighten up. Yes. Now, keeping your spine erect, as comfortably erect. You might be tending to lean forward. See if you can straighten up as much as you can and relax your right hip further down. Your right hip, imagine, is going toward your left heel. No aggression at all. In fact, look for your exhalations to relax your right hip forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ashwa. Left foot back plank. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Quick counter posture. Knees down. Heels toward, seat bones toward your heels. Toes pointing back. Relax. Tanto knees down. Balasana radiation. You can separate your knees. And head down. Relax. This is a deeper counter posture to the front hip opening posture that we did. Take a deep breath, exhale. And come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, right foot forward. Place, or make sure that your feet are hip width apart. Looking up. Now, bring your attention to the left hip front. And you're going to relax the left hip front with exhalations. 3, 2, 1. Left knee down. Left toes pointing back. Both hands on the right knee. Straighten up the spine. No aggression at all. Look for exhalations to relax your left hip forward toward your right heel. You're allowing the left hip to go downward, forward and downward. You're not pushing it. That will be forcing. You're relaxing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Asvachanchalasana. Right foot back plank. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Sukhasana. Now, if you began the session with Sukhasana, you might notice a difference in how Sukhasana feels now. Namaskar Mudra. Come up to standing. Release your arms. Now, bring your feet close together, Tadasana. And as we began the session, we practiced Tadasana. And the way Tadasana feels now doesn't have to be a difference. There could be a difference. If there is a difference or not, observe. Lie down on your back. Feet close together, relaxed feet. Arms close to the body, palms facing down, shoulders away from your ears. Normalizing the blood pressure. Your blood pressure drops quickly as you lie down flat on your back. The heart has to work less, feeding the brain and the rest of the body. Doesn't have to fight gravity as much. Heart is always fighting against gravity since we are born. To pump the blood against gravity to the brain, the hungriest of organs in our body is our brain. The brain needs 25%, takes 25% of all oxygen the body consumes. Small organ, but hungry. Well, let's practice. Oh, we are running out of time. Hug your knees, rock back and forth. I was going to say, let's practice Sedubandha Sarvangas, but we'll practice it later, another session. Hug your knees, rock back and forth. Side to side. Settle back down, knees close to the chest. Spread your arms, shoulder height, palms facing down. Next exhalation, take your knees toward your right elbow. Place your right palm on the left knee and turn your head and look over your left shoulder. If the left shoulder had come off the mat, gently, without forcing, see if you can relax your left shoulder down toward the mat. And you will feel the spinal twist even more. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center. Next exhalation, dropping both your knees toward your left elbow, left palm on the right knee. Look over the right shoulder. And if the right shoulder had come off the mat, Relax the right shoulder down. Relax. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center. Release the legs and proceed to surrender in Shavasana. Any final movements you feel necessary before you can surrender without needing to move at all for the next few minutes. Shavasana. Stay at home. Mm, Not even staying. We're always at home. We forget. So consciously remember that you are home. You're already home. You're always home. Relax. To be home is to have the mind be with the body and the energy. Right here and naturally so. Relax. Uh, Shanti, shanti, shanti. Gently come out of Shavasana and come to meditative seated posture. Any of your favorite postures. Eyes closed, spine out. Taking your hands back. Inhale, growing taller. Exhaling, bending forward. Thank you, Mother Earth. Inhaling up. Rubbing your palms vigorously, generating heat. Massaging your closed eyes, gently blinking your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for this privilege to share. Have a good evening and good day ahead.